bot I built which automates LinkedIn applications. So we'll go ahead and click the sign in button, and we've already signed in to this session. So we can just click continue and start applying for jobs. And this browser is controlled by Playwright, and actually this fork of Playwright called Invisible Playwright. Uh, and the reason is because Playwright is detectable by LinkedIn, and Invisible Playwright acts just like a normal browser, so it's undetectable by LinkedIn. And so we just used the LinkedIn job search functionality to search for software engineer jobs. And then we took the search results and put them into a queue. And now there's a worker that's processing the items of the queue one by one. And so it takes this item in the queue. This is a job with a URL, and it visits the URL and clicks on Easy Apply and fills out the form that pops up. And how this form is filled out is there's a candidate profile. So we store the information of the candidate, like the phone number and their resume, and the user is able to uh, supply additional information for the profile. But as you can see here, there is some information that is not inside of the candidate profile. And in that case, an LLM will use its best judgment to fill out this information. And if the LLM is not able to fill out this information still, we put this job into a needs input state, and then we can have the user fill out this information. And as soon as they do that, it can be put back into the queue. And so in the meantime, the other jobs will be applied for. And this workflow is deterministic, as in we have a set URL that we visit to find these jobs, and to we use XPath to find the fields inside of the application forms. And there's some drawbacks to this. So I was using a different LinkedIn account to run this testing, and I ran out of Easy Apply on that LinkedIn account. So I had to switch accounts, and at that time, all the XPath switched. It all changed. The IDs of the HTML fields switched, and then I had to fix everything, and I had to change all of the whole workflow. And so I realized that it can be a struggle to try to run a deterministic hard-coded workflow on something like LinkedIn, where there's bot prevention by they have changing IDs for these fields, and also the website is updated pretty often, and the HTML structure will change every so often. And so that's why I realized that computer use would be useful. And what I mean by that is that the computer will identify, based on a screenshot of the page, which fields need to be filled out, and then click into the field, and then be able to fill it out. So visually inspect the page just as a human would, so that it doesn't depend on this HTML, which can keep changing. If we visually inspect it, the agent will be flexible to changes in the visual aspect of the page. So, you can see here we have some resiliency to, if we close this browser, this job for Stott and May, which it was applying for, what the agent was applying for, is put back into the queue so that we're able to apply for that job again. So it's back here in the queue. And even if we, for example, reload the page, or if we just kind of exit out completely. Well, I guess the backend's still running, but if we stop the agent, uh, we still have this queue, and we're able to rerun the agent with, and then just process everything just from the state it was in before. So yeah, that's the submission that I have. I put a time box on this, and I would, for next steps, implement the computer use agent to visually inspect the page and be able to find the fields to fill in and do so without relying on the changing HTML code.